about that time. Here we go.
Welcome to the Two Mics, One Marriage podcast.
Wow, you really like to kick off every episode
Yeah.
like that. It's very official.
I was trying to do it like a news anchor.
No, I got it. It's I feel like we've had a couple iterations now over time of that wonderful
I've tried to
intro.
do it several different ways. You always say I do it lame or we screw it up and we don't do the timing correctly. So
I would never say that.
I feel like we nailed it there that time. I feel like we can wrap this episode. I feel like we're good.
All right, well that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a
follow us at Two Mics, One Marriage on Christian
uh,
Mingle and various other
Well,
things.
it is raining, so we don't have a lot of places to go. Maybe we should just stick with it a little longer.
You know, I think we should.
Thank you.
What a genuine back and forth.
Well,
that was,
I mean, we didn't script it or anything. We just kind of walked in late and went to it.
On this stormy night here in Boca Raton, South Florida.
Well, I mean, you're coming off a pretty good weekend because football season has started.
Yeah, and I'm thinking the other day, for the love of TV, what would I like to watch? Oh, it didn't come up on the screen.
Well, it's more like, what are we watching this week?
There it is.
Oh, whoa.
There it is.
Yeah,
That's us.
That's things are happening.
Yeah.
But even more so, for years in this relationship, you've been trying to watch the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I like to watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they're not on all the time, the regular channels. So we've been going to bars and happy hours and outings to see our teams play.
It's cost us millions to watch these games at bars and various ale houses and Flanagan's.
Pop stroke, God, that's a $400 fucking game right there.
Yeah, we've spent so much, and your Buccaneer games, even with them being in Florida, are on even less than the Steelers. So it's been challenging. We've tried to do the streams, the illegal streams, and hooking the, casting it or hooking up the HDMI port into the TV, and it's always terrible. It always cuts out, or like 2 weeks later that link doesn't work anymore. So it's been tumultuous, I think.
Yeah, it's just not a reliable way to watch the games, so we overspend and go out. And this year we were making the same plans for the first week, and I don't know how else to put it, just the amazing, incredible, genius wife that I am, I turned to him, and this is what every man wants to hear, and I said, why are we going out? Why don't you just purchase the NFL Sunday ticket?
I know. And for 4 small payments of $120, we now have it.
He was so excited about me offering it up. He didn't even look for a discount. No promo code for you. Just jumped right in on full package.
No, I didn't know. It was about an hour before the game, so I was like, I'm going in on this. I am. Finally, I can watch the Steelers, and then the Buccaneers were on right after, so you were able to watch that.
No, so much cost savings by just drinking at the house.
Yeah.
But more so than that, at first, I really wanted to talk shit about not using a promo code. We have 1,000 streaming sites. I'm sure one of them had some kind of, season starting discount. But then I realized that we could watch 4 games at the same time. I forgot about it's not just Red Zone where you're watching people score, but it's whatever games that are not on your local cable, which kind of sucks, but whatever. I like watching a bunch of games at the same time. It was worth the lack of discount.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, and you can't really sort of handle what's going on because it's too much, but it is better because there's just so much football. It's just football overload in your face. And you can switch from one, boom, go to the other one, boom.
Yeah, commercial. I'm going to the next one. I'm going to listen to the audio.
Yeah.
And we're learning all the controls. Shout out to YouTube for really making it happen.
Worth taking out another mortgage so we can watch 4 screens of football at once.
I got a projector.
I don't need a car.
Yeah,
so.
no, maybe we can project and have it on the 4 screens. We could make it a sports bar in the house and then charge our friends.
Yeah.
Make the money back.
Yeah. This all sounds like a really elongated ad for the NFL Sunday
Does it?
ticket. Yeah.
It's like LeBron selling Starry, you
Yeah.
know?
You're actually
I
losing
don't,
money not getting the NFL Sunday ticket.
I just feel like though, since we've gotten it in some weird way, at least when it comes to football season, and I know this is going to sound a little dramatic, but it's not wrong to say it's changed our life.
No, it has. We don't leave the house on Sunday anymore. Like we don't really
Don't
go
need to.
out.
Got the pool in the back.
The pool in the back.
Jump in at halftime, come in, game's
Yeah.
on, get
I,
my free food out of the fridge.
I don't even remember our friends' names anymore.
Well,
I think
why leave the
maybe there
house?
was a Rick. I don't know.
I don't know. But I mean, if YouTube Sunday Ticket does want to sponsor us, they can hit us up at laughingspreetv@gmail.com. That's where we take all our collab inquiries. So we'll be waiting for you. I mean,
Yeah.
who wouldn't want this?
Yeah, we're putting,
Promoting.
this is on YouTube.
Here, let me add
So,
to it. You know, with the 4 screens, it makes betting even easier. Like I get my fucking Hard Rock Casino FanDuel going, and I can parlay all day with YouTube Sunday Ticket.
that's good. That's
Yeah,
a promo
right?
video,
Oh my
yeah.
God. I didn't even practice that before I came
Well,
in.
no, that's the ads that are constantly for Hard Rock now. It's like, hey, you know how you're just sitting there? You should be gambling. You should be like Post Malone. He gambles on every game.
Yeah, no, I think they do a special thing on Nickelodeon called Slime Time where they are kind of teaching your kids how to gamble. They teach them about football and the score. You know, it's like the foundation of what's Daddy watching? Why is he so sad?
Why is Daddy screaming at Mommy? Yeah. Oh,
So
man.
yeah, watch more football. At least we didn't get in a big fight about it, because sometimes I feel like that could be an issue in some households. Like, you're going to spend money on the Sunday ticket, but I mean, ladies, all the money you're saving and the not leaving the house.
No, it solved pretty much all of our relationship problems getting this, because now we can watch both of our games, and the thing is we can watch them on multiple screens at once.
Yeah. And it got you to like get off my back, because he's always bitching at me, and that's what we're talking about. Who's the bitch? It's when we're fighting about something. Oh, boom, marital disagreement. Yeah,
It's never gonna not be cool.
it's crazy because it's my taxes, and if y'all don't know about the extension game, you can extend in April your corporate and your personal taxes, and they're not due for like another 6 or 7 months. So it's just mine are like coming due football season. Dan has a lot going on, and he takes on my tax deadline stress. Is that?
Well, yes. There's an episode of The Simpsons where Homer does his taxes at the last possible second, and he's just quickly like taping a bunch of things together. He goes, "Oh, how many kids do I have? I don't know. I think 5." And he just writes it down, and then he puts it all in this thing, and then he runs, and then he throws it through the closing doors at the IRS office, and it lands in the basket. And that's like basically what you did with your taxes. Like you
I mean, every year though.
every year, but I mean, this was even more of a buzzer beater than before. It was like 9, 10 o'clock on the last day of the extension deadline, and
Which should have been the day before, but the actual September 15th deadline fell on a Sunday, so it wasn't due until the following Monday. So I watched football,
yes,
as
I
everybody
know,
should.
on the NFL Sunday ticket.
We went to a movie. We'll talk about that another time. And I settled it on Monday and finished some taxes. You know what it is? When you got a lot of expenses, you got to make sure you get them all in there, because the goal is not to actually pay that many taxes legally.
I don't know. Do you pay any? You deduct everything. Like you did.
Well, it's very expensive to run this empire. This 2 Mike's One Marriage comedy empire that we're running, Laughing Spree TV Studios, Don't Tell Comedy, producing South Florida shows for them, day jobs.
You deducted weed. You deducted.
But that's legal because I need that medically. That is my medicine. And you laughing about it is really, kind of disparaging to everyone out there who needs their medicine to live. And as a medicine and something that I have to get medically certified for, I have my card, great picture on it, by the way. And You can deduct your prescription medications.
I know.
Why are you hating on it? Because I decided to get my prescription medications from the earth.
Because your prescription medications don't come in a gummy or a lollipop or a brownie.
Well, sometimes they do. If you need the hardcore ones, yeah, well, they're just not as imaginative as people who are taking things right from God, from the earth, and giving it to us.
And putting it in a cookie or a lollipop.
I like a dark chocolate raspberry chocolate bar.
Yeah, or a gummy, that are made
Okay,
in nature.
so anyway, yes. And if you didn't know that, everyone, keep your receipts because you can actually deduct your weed as long as it's medically necessary and it's not being used like you're purchasing recreationally, which I'm sure will pass here.
Oh, yeah. If that passes, which it probably will.
Oh, it definitely will.
So you won't be able to do that anymore.
Well, if I continue to get it medically and paid to get it that way, then I will be able to deduct it. If I decide just to go recreational once it passes, I believe I will no longer be able to deduct it. Now it's just me buying beer.
Okay. All right. So I mean, I guess, if you're buying.
I'll have to do the math. I'll have to see what makes sense.
Or if you're providing weed for a client, then you can go back to
I would never provide drugs for others. It's actually, Dan, I'm sure you don't know this because you don't have a medical card, but it's against the rules to buy weed for other people. And that's something that I would never, ever do.
No, but I'm saying if it's recreational.
If it's recreational, I can buy it for everybody.
Yeah,
you think I should put it under client gifts and entertainment?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's your
Boy, that might be a stretch.
Your loophole for next year.
It could be. Well, that's a good thinking, and you've learned well. But that's what when you're able to expense this much, that's why now we're living the high life.
Well, I don't deduct nothing.
Well, I'm teaching him, people. I'm teaching him what's deductible and what isn't deductible, and you've gotten better.
I want the government to have something. They earned it. They're working hard out there, paving our roads.
Who are you? Who did I marry?
The cops, firefighters.
Yes, cops and firefighters are very important, and I'm happy to pay for infrastructure at any time, social services as well, and other things. But I feel like most of my tax money is mismanaged through the government, and people who are politicians aren't really good at other stuff, and they're just like egotistical, and that's what they want to do. So like, I really don't think they should be managing my money. So I'll keep as much as I can, and I'll do good things with it. Like maybe buy weed for my friends and clients, if asked. But I don't need to deduct that.
And if that's not what this country is all about.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm going to tell you, with all my expenses and my riches now, I'm living high. I'm getting groceries delivered.
Oh, I know. I don't even, I go to Publix like maybe once a month now. It's just everything just shows up. It's a lot of animal themed foods too.
Well, we have an organic meat delivery that comes right to the door now, and then we have organic foods, but it's mostly non-perishable. So I still have to go to like the farmers. I got to get vegetables and stuff for someplace, and because of this delivery, I can say we've had few vegetables in the house.
We have that. That's
nobody wants to go to Publix anymore.
That's been tough, but I will say it's been hit or miss. Some of the things you've got. For every great steak, there's your goji berry. I thought goji berries would be good. Awful fruit. Terrible.
It's a berry thing. It was dried up, and we even tried to rehydrate them, and Dan didn't like it.
It tastes like something that the astronauts would eat. Like it's really bad. It's like, and I eat anything, and I could not eat.
I feel like goji's like a popular thing. Like, oh, I want a goji flavor. Like, I feel like that's like something people do. I thought it was gonna be delicious, like some underground secret.
They put it on like acai bowls, and it's supposed to do something. I don't know. It's a terrible berry.
I don't know if anyone has any recommendations on how I'm supposed to use these dried goji berries. I've tried to rehydrate. I've considered putting them in baked goods. I'm not really sure what to do with them. And unlike most of the things in the house, Dan won't just eat them because like, and I mean this in the nicest way, like the most economical and like we don't waste kind of sense, but Dan will eat anything. We call him garbage pail face in the house because like if you're not sure if it's edible, he'll eat it.
That was my nickname growing up. It was in my yearbook.
He's just like his kitten. He'll eat anything.
Yeah, yeah. No, but there have been some good finds in it. Like I said, Cheetah Chomp, there's
Oh,
one
Cheetah Chomp is a cereal.
that's good. There's another cereal that's good. It's also animal themed. So it's been mostly good. Like I said, there's been a few flubs. Organic Pop Tarts are awful.
Yeah, they really try their best, but they're doing what they can for a food that's banned in every other country around the world. So they're trying to make a healthy version of something that other countries aren't even allowed to eat.
I don't know. I'm okay with the toxin trade off, I guess. Like because like re- regular Pop Tarts are
No,
so
they're
much
really
better.
good. No,
They're
I
so
grew up
much
on
better.
them.
It's a different pastry. Like it's a completely different pastry.
I miss them too, man.
I mean, could they spare a tiny bit more frosting? Like I get they're organic, but like it looks like they ran out of frosting and it's just barely scraped over the top.
Well, that's how they keep it healthy.
It's too
Kind
crunchy.
of dry.
Sucks.
Yeah. Hey, nobody made us breakfast at my house. I grew up on Pop Tarts almost exclusively with a tad toaster strudel here and there, but that's a little bit harder to manage on the go.
Well, so I grew up on Pop Tarts too, but my dad would only let us get the boring flavors, and we would never, and we weren't allowed to have ones that had frosting on them.
So
So
you had the plain Pop Tarts?
yes, I was.
I wondered who bought those when I was a
My
kid. Like
family
I'd be like, who
did.
would buy plain
My
Pop
family.
Tarts?
We weren't allowed to have sugar based, or well, actually, that's not true. But
There's sugar in Pop
there were
Tarts.
rules on the type of breakfasts we could have. We couldn't have frosting on our Pop Tart. We were limited to strawberry, blueberry, and brown sugar for some reason because my
Oh.
dad liked brown sugar, so we got that one. We weren't allowed cereals with marshmallows. Those were
No cereals with
no cereals with
marshmallows?
marshmallows. We weren't allowed cereals with marshmallows. We also weren't allowed to do chocolate milk. Could only do the plain regular milk. Even at school, when we got milk at school, it had to be the
That's crazy.
regular milk. Yeah, that was the rule. I didn't have chocolate milk till I think I was 22.
No
Uh,
way.
yeah, no, I'm kidding. I had
Oh
it earlier than
God.
that. But I didn't drink it for a long time. Like
That's
I was not.
insane. When I was a
Yeah.
kid, I had like issues with my ear and they said it was dairy related and we found out the chocolate milk really wasn't that much real milk, so I got a pass where I could only get chocolate milk.
But you had a problem with your ear that was
Yeah, they
dairy
said it would they said
related.
lactose or something was making wax I build up in my ear and I couldn't hear.
Lactose clot in your
I
ear.
don't know. I was
What
like,
terrible doctor did you go
who
to?
knows how my mom translated whatever the doctor actually said, but somehow I was like in second grade and I had to get some pass where they had to give me chocolate milk every day. Like
Yeah.
even on the days that they didn't provide chocolate milk to the other kids, I still had to get it.
That is something that you would have. You wouldn't have it with excuses. Says my daughter has ice cream ear, so you had to get chocolate milk every day.
Hey, I
That
had
is a
dairy
pass that you would
blockage.
have.
I had a dairy
like,
blockage in my.
That's a fake thing. There's no such thing as a dairy blockage. I feel like now you're making it up.
No, definitely, I just made up the term dairy blockage.
You have cheddar ear,
Hey,
and that's some bullshit.
I had a buttermilk canal, like it's just, I need a tissue. I'm crying. Okay.
You've never told that story before.
You didn't know that?
That you got a pass for
Yeah, for chocolate milk
for
only.
chocolate milk only.
Yeah,
That
or not Perry, Fairway Elementary. Shout out. Let
it's
me go.
it's
Thank
still
you.
around.
Ben's gonna bring me a tissue because I'm crying over this. I'm laughing so hard. Thank you so much, Ben. Oh my God. Yeah. So
All right.
on exclusive chocolate milk for
Are you
the
still
core
are you still
years.
affected by this? That
I
is
don't
it curable?
know. So like after this, because of the milk issue,
Is Swiss ear curable?
I stopped drinking milk. So because of this, I stopped drinking white milk. And that's why now, even as an adult, I will only drink chocolate milk.
Ben, can you look up lactose ear and see if there's any validity to this made up
I don't know, next
diagnosis?
time we go to dinner with Renee, you can ask about it. I'm sure she'll back me up on this.
Okay, okay.
I didn't
I'm not
quite get it
saying
either, but it looked like an opening for me to have chocolate milk all the time, so I took it.
no. I would not have argued it either. I
Wow.
just
I Consuming dairy products such as milk, eggs, and cheese in high quantities can lead to an excessive production of earwax in your ear canal. This is because dairy foods contain lactose. Dietitians have also noted a link between milk and earwax, but mostly for people who are lactose intolerant.
wow.
Mmm.
Okay.
I never knew that.
Look, who
I did not
did?
know that either. Okay, so then after that, then you were diagnosed 2 cc's of chocolate milk every day.
Yeah. We found out the chocolate milk had way less actual lactose
'Cause it
in it. It
wasn't
probably
real
wasn't
milk.
real milk. Yeah,
So
exactly.
you could have just had like a Yoo-hoo instead, because that's also not at all real milk.
Now things are kind of coming together for me in this relationship. Like you're lactose intolerant and you never hear me.
Yeah.
So maybe you got that wax buildup. You're always talking about wanting wax removed from your ears in different ways.
Oh my God, it's just so cool. Yeah, I had that when I was getting dizzy and stuff. I went to the ENT and they pulled out these big chunks of earwax. It was awesome. I wish they could do it every week.
I know. He was so happy about it. It was
Yeah.
the best part of the illness.
Yeah, they didn't cure anything or find anything or was helpful
Didn't
at
help
all.
at all,
But
yeah.
there's some big earwax chunks in there. Well,
I don't even know. How do you transition from earwax chunks to
I don't know. Can we get the handicap thing for our car now because you have milky ear?
I mean, I'll look into it. I'm sure I could deduct that. You know what I'm saying? If there's any kind of fees related to me becoming a official handicap recipient, I could totally get that expensed. It's under healthcare.
Yeah.
That's like when I used to go to that private school. Didn't I tell you where I parked in the handicap spot because I couldn't get a good spot?
No. What?
Okay,
What?
so in high school, I went to a private high school, and everyone was super rich, and I was from Miramar, and I was not. And I had to drive my mom's car to high school, and she had this knee brace. So for years, she had a handicap thing. Well, as like a underclassman, you could not get a good parking space at the private school. It's a very prominent private high school in South Florida, right? So like it was impossible to park anywhere near the school. And I'm like always late. So I really need to park near the school. So I was able to get approved to park in the handicap spot that was literally right next to the entrance hallway that took you down the main corridor to all your classes. So I didn't have to park like along the perimeter or out past the football fields or any of the crazy places where other people had to park.
Okay, but did people then think you were handicapped or like
Well, no one
special
thought I was
needs?
handicapped, but this is where karma's a bitch. I was living high, pulling right up to the side of the school. Like I would like walk out and walk right into the hallway up through the main part. It was amazing. And then the timing belt on my mom's car started going, but it wasn't like a really high priority for them to fix it. And if you guys aren't aware of when your timing belt starts to go in your vehicle, it makes a really loud screechy sound
I'm
when you turn
familiar.
it on. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah. I've had
Like
I've had it happen
really,
to several,
really
yeah.
loud. So every day when I would want to leave school, I would have to try to wait as long as I could after people left, because if not, when I would turn on the car, not only would it screech really loud, it would echo down that main hallway I got to park next to. So not that people thought I was handicapped, but they definitely knew I was poor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they definitely was like, yeah, this bitch lives in Miramar.
Here comes Minda,
Yeah,
the poor cripple.
like the loud car girl with the mic. Like I wasn't popular already, and that pretty much was one of the things that sealed the deal that I was not gonna know people after I left that school.
Were there just no other spots, or you were always running so late that there was just no other
Well, I
option
mean,
but
you got to
to
sign the spot.
take
So once
advantage
you
of
got to
handicap?
sign the spot, you really couldn't park anywhere else that was legal student parking because all the spots would be taken.
Ah,
like for the lower class, you'd park really far, and then it would still be like a lottery system sometimes who got spots. If not, you have to go park at the Wendy's and all kinds of weird fucking places that were really kind of far from the school. So no, it wasn't like I could just go switch spots. Eventually I did find a way, but
yeah. No, we had,
that was a tough year.
We had something similar where there was like the senior lot, which is like the one in the back of the school, and then the, you know, junior was sophomore, if you were able to get your license, was further away.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't get my license until late, so I don't think I even had it until senior year. So it was not.
Boy, you did everything late, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Boy,
No,
you really got sheltered with them wax beans and plain Pop-Tarts, huh?
Yeah, when I was not allowed to get my license till I was 17. I had to wait an extra year.
For your like learner's permit or for the full license?
Learner's permit.
So that's actually cheap. Like you get in Florida, you get your learner's permit when you're 15. You get your real license when you're 16.
I had to wait till I was 17 to even get the learner's permit. You talk about being super cool.
My dad drive us on my date.
Yeah. Date. There were no dates.
Sorry, I lived a different life in South Florida.
No,
My bad.
It was not. Yeah.
God, like 15, we were going to clubs in Miami. What were you doing?
I don't know. Playing in the woods. There was not a lot to do there. Hanging out with some.
That's what my kids could never grow up in
Amish
the
girl.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, where I'm from, there wasn't a lot to do. There weren't clubs. Our bowling alley just this past year got an electronic scoring system. You had to keep score until this year. You had to keep score yourself, which I don't know how to keep score on bowling.
I don't know how to keep score on bowling either.
Nobody does. Like the stuff with like how the points multiply and there's I don't know. It's
We're not bowling people. I think that's pretty obvious.
No. We're not. Well, we do though when we are at Universal Cabana Bay.
Well, they have the bowling right
bowling
there in the resort.
In the resort, and that's super cool.
If you can get drunk and then just walk back to your room, bowling's better.
Yeah. So,
what else do we have going on? Because I'm dying over here, choking.
So I'll kick this off since we're wrapping up here. Speaking of Cabana Bay and Orlando, we are about to partake on the super fun Universal Trip 2, which actually involves Disney, as well, because we're doing Epcot Food and Wine.
And so, what did you name it?
Super fun Universal Trip 2, Mickey's Reckoning.
That was Revenge.
No, Mickey's Reckoning.
Reckoning. Oh,
Yeah.
I've been misquoting you there the whole time. Sorry about that.
That's a problem. People
yeah.
aren't going to know what they're going to. If you don't say it right. So, yeah, Food and Wine. We are pizzumped, as the kids say.
Yeah, we're going on an off day, trying to...
Going on a Monday, and lots of new rides. There's Guardians of the Galaxy and Ratatouille and a bunch of really cool new spots to get food. We went there like years ago. I'd say early on in our relationship, it was maybe 2016 or 2017. We went, and now we are making our triumphant return. So we are excited for that. So in a future podcast, we will talk about our experience.
Yeah, you get really hyped for the theme parks.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well, we did the pre-theme park trip for the theme park trip just to kind of get our ducks in a row.
Yeah.
So
Which was your idea, by the way.
It was a great idea.
It was a great idea.
We got creative at the theme parks.
It was productive. It was fun,
but we never go to Epcot because it's lame. We like roller coasters, so it's
well,
nice.
You like Epcot. You like educational things.
I do like educational things,
but
but I wouldn't choose educational over roller coaster.
Well, now it has a roller coaster.
It does have a couple, and that's less important than the fact that I'm going to eat and drink around the world while I go on said roller coasters and rides.
Yeah. So, there's no test track right now. I believe it's closed. Which
your favorite ride?
Yeah, which is kind of I don't know, maybe a plus. That ride's kind of lame. It's a car.
I think we'll work it out.
Yeah. We will make the most out of it.
All right. So everyone, check back in. We'll let you know how the trip went. It's probably going to be super amazing. Also, tour starts in October. So check out Two Mics, One Marriage on Instagram. We just launched the page, so check it out because we need followers. Please follow us. Please Please follow us.
We love you.
Dan will do anything.
Yeah, I'll give you a kiss.
Whatever you want. Also, so check out the tour. We'll also be producing our Don't Tell shows, so come out to any of those.
Also on YouTube. Check us out on there. It's a new site. So, yeah, find us on YouTube, Instagram, and, yeah, we're going to be getting Nutty out there very soon.
Yeah, it's happening. They're watching this. It's already happened.
Yeah.
So, but the tour is going to be big. So check it out. We're already starting to book dates in 2025, but kicks off in October. Love to see you there.
Got one here right locally in Boca at the Sad Man Comedy Cafe.
They're all over the place.
Yeah. We got some, check it out.
All right. 2 Mics, 1 Marriage. We're out.
Bye.